Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. We're going to look at the Christian and cloning, the Christian ethics of cloning. Now, the first thing you have to realize is a clone would have a soul. That's been kind of a debate in circles, religious circles for decades, is would a clone have a soul? Now, they've been cloning like tadpoles since 1952. Of course, Dolly in 1997 lived to be 6 years, Dolly the sheep and all this. And so what they would do is they would take like all of any particular cell in a human body except a red blood cell has all of your DNA in it. So they would take the DNA out, and then put it in a denucleotized egg and put that cell in its place. And theoretically, it would grow, and it always has in most other species. But would it in humans? Well, nobody's really sure if humans have been cloned yet or not. There's some say they have, some say they have not. Officially, they have not. Let me add that. And that it would be an identical twin of you. Now, identical twins are just clones, but it's done in nature. It's not done in a laboratory. Also, the identical twin of you would be then younger than you. I'm 51, so my clone would be 51 years younger, 52 years younger, and after gestation and all this. So, should this be happening? Is it a sin to clone? Well, first of all, there is so much trial and error in cloning that clones are going to die. Human clones are going to die, which we would say that would be the killing of human life. We are pro-life from conception. We believe that's what Scripture teaches. Sure, that's what Scripture teaches. That's a whole different video. And so the clone would have a soul. Clones would be dying in an effort to get one clone out there. And then it seems like there's certain things that God created at the end of our DNA called telomeres. I think that's the proper pronunciation, telomeres. And it seems like they're shortened in every iteration. And that it seems that the clone, it's not like potato clones that happens in nature and can happen, that they would be inherently unhealthy. It was said Dolly was unhealthy, but other people pushed back. See, Dolly, the little sheep that died at 6, was not unhealthy. But anyhow, so we get back, should man do that? Well, I think anytime you're going against nature, you're going against God. That there is a natural law that is out there that Paul speaks very strongly of in Romans chapter 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, other places, that you have intent, such as in Genesis chapter 1, Genesis chapter 2, we see what God intended for creation. And then you just have, again, just natural law. In the Mosaic law and the different iterations, Leviticus 18, 19, 20, 21, Deuteronomy, you see certain things that are against nature that are looked at and frowned upon in Scripture, many times even called abominations. So this is something, because man is created in the image of God, man is constantly trying to play God. It is part of what man wants to be worshipped. Man wants to play God. Man wants to create. Man wants to destroy. Man wants to be autonomous without law. So I would say it is not ethical to have clones, that science doesn't have built-in moral ethics with it, and that science many times is used to destroy. And so, could you imagine you're just creating an army of clones for warfare, for organ harvesting, or experimentation? These would all be sins in the eyes of God. So Christians should be opposed to the concept of cloning. And we'll see where this leads. And we don't know what the future holds. We do know who holds the future. but we don't know where this is all going to go. But no, technology is increasing, and if clones are ever created, we should stand for their rights just as we do the human rights of everyone else, where they're infirm, whatever else the case is. They should not be used just for warfare. They should not be used for organ harvesting. They should not be used for experimentation. They would have a unique soul. And people say, well, they have your memories. Well, we don't know all about DNA imprinting and all that, what's imprinted on the DNA. Science is constantly discovering those things. But it would be different than you, just like an identical twin is different than you. But there may be some types of similarities. Obviously, physical characteristics as well. So God bless you. Keep praying. Let's have a revival in this end time hour.